The Doctor's Journal is brought to you by O Snacks and Medical Associates Hospital.
Despite what many people believe, what you don't know can hurt you, and in some cases can cause irreparable damage, especially when it concerns your health. Every year, 4.4 million deaths are caused by a disorder that shows no obvious signs and symptoms until urgent care is needed. 4.4 million, which is more than 2 times the population of Trinidad and Tobago.
And what is an even harder pill to swallow is that the names and faces represented by the statistic had a fighting chance to survive with early detection, lifestyle changes, and treatment. We are talking about high cholesterol. Hi, I'm Dr. Mike.
And I'm Dr. Sunrain. Welcome to the Doctor's Journal. On this episode, we examine the damaging effects of high cholesterol on the human body, its prevalence here in the Caribbean, and the various treatment options available to you and your loved ones.
So why is high cholesterol, or as we doctors like to call it, dyslipidemia, why is it such a big deal? Well, the danger lies in high cholesterol going unnoticed. If left untreated, it can cause a series of life-threatening heart issues, leading to heart disease, circulatory problems, and even stroke. So we should probably start by explaining what cholesterol actually is, right? And how the body uses it.
Exactly. To begin, it's important to note that our bodies actually need good cholesterol. Cholesterol is a fat-like, waxy substance that helps the bodies make cell membranes, many hormones, and including vitamin D. The cholesterol in our blood comes from 2 sources, the food we eat and our liver. Yes, that's right, our liver. And in fact, our liver makes all the cholesterol your body needs.
Cholesterol and other fats are carried in the bloodstream as spherical particles called lipoproteins. Now we can characterize lipoproteins into 2 main types. High-density lipoprotein, which we also call the good cholesterol, and low-density lipoproteins, also referred to as the bad cholesterol. High-density lipoproteins, or good cholesterol, collect any excess cholesterol and transport it back to our liver. However, an excess of this waxy, fat-like substance can end up doing more harm than good.
That's right, Dr. Mike. Low-density lipoprotein or bad cholesterol in the bloodstream causes plaque buildup in our arteries. As a result, they become narrower, making it increasingly difficult for blood to pass through over time. This condition is referred to as arteriosclerosis.
High cholesterol, unchecked, can lead to severe organ damage in the heart and brain. Chest pain and eventually coronary heart disease can occur if the arteries feeding the heart muscles are blocked. The risk of a heart attack presents itself when blood clots are not able to get through this reduced space, causing them to plug an artery. They are also stuck.
And then the same occurs in the blood vessels that feed the brain. It can lead to a stroke. According to the World Stroke Organization, over 13 million people will have a stroke each year, and around 5.5 million people will die as a result. So I'm sure you at home wondering, if there are no symptoms, how do you know if I'm at risk? Today, we're going to play a game called Match It Up with Dr. Mike, where he has 30 seconds to match the following images with their contributing risk factor. Now, Mike is not privy to the bios of these potential patients, so he's going to have to make his determination based solely on their looks. Mike, you ready?
I hope so.
Let's see. So we have these 5 patients and then these 5 risk factors: diet, genetics, smoking, inactivity, and obesity. Let's see what you do.
Okay, so starting with Kern the Great, I would tend to go with obesity for him.
Okay, let's see which patients again.
Mr. Frederick seems to be sophisticated,
Right.
so likely he may be involved in some sort of smoking.
Okay,
So
good.
I'll go with that for him. For Emmanuel, he has a cup of coffee in his hand and some gift items there, presumably, which suggests he may like living a lavish life. I would have to say that he may be having a poor diet. For Heather, She is holding a cup of coffee at home, seems to be looking quite comfortable. So I would assume that she may be quite inactive. For Emily, finally, I can't detect any sort of abnormality per se, and she looks quite happy. So she may be just at risk from plain genetics or a family history. So these are my assumptions.
Okay, Mike, let's see if you got any of these right. Right, so let's go with Heather first. Heather is 37. She enjoys yoga on the morning, followed by a nice cup of green tea. She does not fit any of the criteria. So you were wrong about that one. Now, Mr. Frederick, being in the entertainment industry for 40 years, picked up a nasty habit of smoking. He was diagnosed with high cholesterol 5 years ago. So you got one right. Mr. Kern the Great now. Let's see. Kern the Great has a high risk of being diagnosed with high cholesterol because of his BMI. So again, you got two right now. Good job, Mike. Now, this one is the little tricky part. Emmanuel and Emily are actually brother and sister. Alright, so the 23-year-old personal shopper, that's why he's carrying all the bags, Mike, right, has a predisposition for high cholesterol due to a genetic makeup. Right, he stays active and tries to stay healthy except for his occasional cup of coffee. So Mike, probably not right about that one. Emmanuel's sister shares a genetic trait, so again, they would share the same thing if they are siblings. Right, introduced morning runs into her routine to combat falling victim to high cholesterol. So Mike, you didn't get all wrong like I thought. So as you can see, even a doctor as good as Dr. Mike can't make a diagnosis by watching a patient's appearance only, right? He needs more information to make a diagnosis. So let's dive into some of the risk factors. Let's start with genetics. So we saw that Emmanuel and Emily, if one of their parents suffers from high cholesterol, they're at a 50% chance of also suffering from high cholesterol.
As we all know, smoking builds up plaque in the arteries. It increases your risk greatly for high cholesterol. If you have diabetes or hypothyroidism, you are also at an increased risk. Inactive people tend to have a greater risk too because of blood circulation may be impaired. So diet. What you eat on a day-to-day basis is important. We must also ask, are the foods you eat high in saturated fat? Foods high in cholesterol, saturated fats, and trans fats increase your risk of having high cholesterol.
Last but not least, obesity. People living with obesity are at increased risk. In fact, the obesity rate has nearly tripled since 1975. In 2020, a whopping 39 million children under the age of 5, yes, under the age of 5, were obese.
This is a global epidemic. So imagine the correlation with high cholesterol. We cannot stress this enough. Obesity is avoidable. It doesn't have to be a death sentence. It's important to check what a healthy weight is for your height and age group and try to stick to it. The WHO recommends a body mass index of 18.5 to 24.9 for regular healthy adults. Obese people carry a body mass index range of 30 and greater.
Yes, your child can have high cholesterol levels as well, but it isn't as common as adults over the age of 40. This is because the adult liver changes as we age, making it more difficult for them to remove bad cholesterol. So, if you don't get tested for high cholesterol, again, it's never too late.
I'm Nanmi Samuel, a registered dietitian. Today we are going to be speaking about chia seeds. Chia seeds have frequently been used for its nutritional and medicinal benefits, such as its high alpha-linoleic acid content, also known as ALA, antioxidants, dietary fiber, and vitamins and minerals. ALA is known to be beneficial to preventing and treating diseases of the heart and blood vessels. A study done in 2021 showed that the frequent consumption of chia seeds had a protective effect on blood lipid profiles by decreasing triglycerides and increasing HDL, or what we call high-density lipoprotein. also known as the good type of cholesterol. Chia seeds are very nutritious and a great addition to a well-balanced diet. Adding at least 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds to milkshakes, overnight oats, smoothies, and yogurt bowls are very easy ways to include it in your diet. Chia pudding and jam are also very common now. Recently, persons are even using it to make chia oil for light sautéing, salads, and pastas.
Eat healthy and stay positive with O-Snacks Omega-3. Enjoy almonds filled with vitamin E, healthy fats and fiber. Walnuts may decrease bad cholesterol, lower blood pressure and provide diabetic support. Amp up your vitamin B1 with pecans. Pumpkin seeds are rich in iron, protein and zinc. Dried cranberries are an antioxidant, heart-healthy superfood. Boost your immunity with Omega-3 Mix. O-Snacks, a healthier choice.
Medical Associates Hospital is the only internationally accredited tertiary healthcare institution in the Caribbean for quality in medical care. Medical Associates' gold standard for quality medical treatment, culture of safety for patients and visitors, care based on leading, evidence-based best practices and compliance with international standards make us the leader in private hospital care in the Caribbean. Medical Associates Hospital, #1 healthcare for the entire family.
We've decided to take a trip to Medical Associates Cardiology Clinic to talk with Dr. Ronan Ali. Welcome to the Doctor's Journal. Now, working out of this clinic, I'm sure that you see many patients regularly with different types of disorders. Tell us, why should our viewers pay in particular attention to their cholesterol levels?
Thanks, Dr. Mike. As you know, high cholesterol is an important part of risk stratification for vascular disease. And by vascular disease, we're talking about coronary vascular disease, peripheral vascular disease, cerebrovascular disease, and their consequences. Heart attack, stroke, limb amputation, untreatable leg infections, all of which are very, very serious conditions.
And what are the state of the patients that usually present to you? How do they present?
Well, our people tend to have a stick your head in the sand and hope for the best approach. So a lot of times, by the time our patients come to us, they are very ill. They're presenting with heart attacks, strokes, limbs that have to be amputated, advanced stages of disease. And these things could be sometimes preventable with an earlier intervention.
Agreed. So tell us, what are some of the common myths and misconceptions that patients may come to you with about high cholesterol?
I think the most common myth about high cholesterol is that these cholesterol medications are all bad. Any medication can have potential side effects. Even paracetamol or acetaminophen, as it's known, in the wrong dose could be potentially lethal. You have to get your cholesterol checked, and if your doctor recommends that you take a cholesterol medication, you have to look at the risk versus the benefit. The risks are quite small. The benefits of taking the medication could be life-saving. So when you look at the risk-benefit ratio, if this medication has been recommended for you, then you definitely should use it.
So finally, what advice would you give to our listeners who are wondering what is the best thing that they can do for high cholesterol?
I think the most important thing that they need to do is be assessed. The cholesterol number in and of itself does not translate into a disease. But when you take that in conjunction with the patient's other risk factors, diabetes, hypertension, cigarette smoking, getting older, that may put the patient at an increased risk of vascular disease. So get checked and get your cholesterol levels monitored frequently.
Well, thanks so much, Dr. Ali, for being with us. I really hope our viewers heed your advice. As always, we say prevention is better than cure.
Every year, over 145 million persons seek out the emergency room, most admitted due to ongoing medical conditions. Here on the Doctor's Journal, we aim to fix that by addressing the most prominent and devastating medical conditions faced right here in the Caribbean. And your product can help. If you or anyone you know has a product or service that you would like featured on the Doctor's Journal, contact us today at 266-SGPS. That's 266-7477. Or email us at marketing@sgpstudios.com.
The best birthday gifts are at thebesttoys.com. Shop for the best brands you love at the best prices. Like VTech, Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, Barbie, Cocomelon, LOL, Baby Alive, Crayola, Lego, Nerf, and remote control vehicles, kids learning desks and educational toys, ride-ons, bikes, drones, science toys, and board games and puzzles, and a wide range of baby items. We also have the best devices for school, like laptops, the Amazon Fire 7 tablet, the Amazon Fire 8, 10, and Kids Edition tabs, as well as cases and accessories. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship MacBean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 32DBEST to order. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
So after taking the test and getting your results, I'm sure you are wondering, well, what do these numbers mean? And should I be worried? Let us explain this for you. Cholesterol is measured in milligrams per deciliter. As doctors, we would like to see the total cholesterol result less than 200 milligrams per deciliter. The figure should consist of LDL, cholesterol less than 100 milligrams per deciliter, and HDL, or the good cholesterol, 60 milligrams per liter to deciliter or greater. And your triglycerides should be less than 150 milligrams per deciliter.
So what we also see is on the dangerous side, when your high cholesterol, your total cholesterol is 240 or higher, your LDL cholesterol is 160 or higher, and your good cholesterol, which is the HDLs, is under 40 for males and under 50 for females. Your cholesterol numbers are important, but they are just part of your overall health. Like the risk factor game we just played, your doctor will look at your cholesterol numbers along with your family history, age, gender, and other elements of your lifestyle or health, such as if you smoke. That increases your risk of high cholesterol.
This complete picture helps your doctor determine whether you should take steps such as lifestyle changes or cholesterol-lowering medication to lower your risk for heart disease and stroke. Don't go anywhere. Right after this short break, we look at what you can do to reduce your risk of becoming just another statistic.
Sneezing, sniffling, scratching? Reacted to your favorite food? Think it might be allergies? We at Allergenics provide personalized diagnosis and treatment for food, drug, contact, and aero allergens. Call us today at 480-4362.
The best for your baby is at thebesttoys.com. From the best strollers, car seats, baby carriers, high chairs, booster seats, rockers, jumpers and bouncers, walkers, baby blankets, feeding accessories, bathtubs, gyms and playmats, playpens, cribs, baby swings, changing tables, diaper bags, clothing and accessories, and the widest range of educational toys. We carry Infantino, Dr. Brown, Avent, Graco, Chico, Fisher-Price, VTech, Leapfrog, Disney Baby, Delta Children, Medela, and Twist Shape. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship MacBean. Shop online now at thebesttoys.com. No credit card required. Free delivery throughout Trinidad and Tobago on orders over $300. Cash or links on delivery. Order via call or WhatsApp at 332-BABY. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
Thank you for joining us. Now, earlier we discussed how high cholesterol affects you, but what can we do to combat it? Exercising on a regular basis is a good way to get fit and healthy and can certainly help reduce the amount of LDL cholesterol in your body. So here with us today is Dr. Michael Taylor, who is also a certified personal trainer to help guide us on a nice little routine that we can do at home to reduce our LDL cholesterol. So Dr. Mike, what do you have for us?
Thanks so much. First today, we actually have the push-up.
Oh, okay.
For our beginners, we're going to do the knee push-up.
Okay, so those at home who might have a bad knee, what you can do is put a pillow, roll up your yoga mat or put a slipper actually underneath your knee to help with that impact from doing this push-up on the ground.
Yes. So you want to go on all fours, cross your ankles, and you're going to lower your upper body as close as you can to the floor, parallel, and then you push back up. Now breathing is important.
Right.
You breathe in, out on exhalation.
Right.
Do this for about 10 times.
Right.
As you graduate in your skill and ability, you can place one foot out,
Right.
and then two. Yep, simple enough. And we want to do this 3 to 4 times.
Okay. Right, so what do we have next?
Next on the agenda, one of my faves, the shoulder dumbbell press.
Okay, nice.
So we want to use either dumbbells if we have, or if we don't have access, we can use a bag of beans, or we can use a tin of baked beans.
Oh, that pack of milk at home. But we have to make sure that they're equally weighted.
Exactly. Now, we lift them up.
Right.
The elbows must be 45 degrees from your upper body.
Right, so not this way, but a little bit inward. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the weight should be in line with your ears.
Right.
Then we breathe in and breathe out while we're pushing upward.
Right.
Repeat this for 10 times. And we're doing this 3 times or 3 sets.
Okay. So that should get our viewers' hearts racing a good bit there.
Yes, yes, yes.
So what do we have next?
Next, we're going to move on to a basic exercise called the squat.
Okay.
Now we have different variations. Today we're just going to do the basic free squat.
Okay.
So we want to place our feet shoulder width apart.
Right.
And our cue is bending at the knees and at the hips.
So what do you do with your arms then?
Now the arms can be used for different things, including balance.
Right.
So if our viewers at home may have problems with balance, we can place the arms in front of us while we go down. So we breathe in. Yeah? And we want to make sure that our hip forms a 90-degree angle at the bottom of the movement.
This helps engage the right muscle groups.
Exactly. Finally, we need to remember we're going to do this about 10 times, 3 rounds again.
Okay. So we keep repeating the exercise so that we get a good workout out of it.
Excellent. Now, finally, we move on to what we call the mountain climber. Now, there's a reason why it's called this, because we are going to mimic climbing a mountain.
Okay.
For those who have height. It's a little similar. So now we want to move our feet like this and our knees into our chest. If you want to make the exercise difficult, you can increase the speed.
So like this.
Yes.
Right.
Or you can increase the duration
Right.
of the exercise.
So how often do you think, or how long should our viewers do this?
Yeah, so typical time varies from about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, and for longer depending on your goals. Now we want to repeat this whole cycle or circuit for about 3 to 4 times.
Okay. That gets you a good workout there.
Yeah, yeah.
So remember, just 30 to 45 minutes of exercise at least 3 times a week can help your body combat the risk factors of high cholesterol.
Are you looking for a customizable studio space with green and white screen cyclorama and professional production equipment to carry out your next big project? SGP Studios is the perfect fit for you. TNT's largest studio space with an overhead lighting grid and sound treated, perfect for television commercials, music videos, television programs, social media content, and film productions. We also have a wide range of production equipment available for rental. You can choose from a selection of Netflix-approved cameras, modern lighting equipment, professional audio gear, 40-foot and 20-foot cranes, gimbals, drones, lenses, action cameras, and more, all at competitive prices. Whether you need a high-end cinema camera for a feature film shoot, specialized lighting equipment for a music video, or audio gear for a podcast, we've got you covered. And with our easy online booking system, you can reserve the gear you need in just a few clicks. Check us out online at sgpstudios.com.
Welcome back to the Doctor's Journal. Today I'm joined by Jeremy to put our plate into perspective, especially when it comes to high cholesterol.
Hello everyone. So I am sure we can all agree that what we eat has a big impact on our cholesterol levels, and good eating habits can actually help to reduce our risk of disease. Today, the most important takeaway is that the food we eat on a daily basis can contain both good and bad fat. So you'll hear me talk today about polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fat. This is what we consider to be healthy fat.
Or good fat.
Yeah, and the unhealthy fat we will reference today is called saturated and trans fat.
So let's try identifying the healthy and unhealthy fats found in our kitchens every day. So go on, check your cupboards, your counters, your fridge. Can you differentiate between the two?
Yeah, so first we'll start with a lot of fruits and vegetables, as well as whole grains. A nice variety of healthy protein-rich foods like fish, skinless chicken, legumes and nuts and seeds. You want to limit the amount of eggs you eat.
So what about red meat, Jeremy? A lot of people eat red meat.
So if choosing red meat, you want to make sure that it's lean, and you can actually consume that at least 1 to 3 times per week. Now, people with high cholesterol should be very cautious when adding dairy to their diets. And it doesn't mean that you go without using dairy like cheese and yogurts, but it just means that you want to choose the reduced fat varieties of these foods.
Important note,
Yeah.
right? So you always want to check your labels. Healthy fats and oils is also something we can do. Choosing nut, seed, avocado, olive, and their oils for cooking is important. So what else can the viewers do to add to their diet to keep their cholesterol in check?
Well, they could actually use fiber. We want to definitely increase our fiber intake. We have vegetables like broccoli and carrots, and using legumes as well too could help with that.
Okay, so you've given us the do's, but what about the don'ts?
Now, foods that contain saturated fats include processed deli-style chicken, meats like ham, bacon, salami. Also deep-fried foods. You have processed foods such as biscuits and pastries.
Even pastries?
Yeah. Also takeaway foods, meat marbled in fat like bacon, ham, and steak. Also chicken with skin on it. Frying foods with coconut oil and palm oil.
So for our viewers, often palm oil is referred to as vegetable oil, so look out for that.
Guys, this is really what we want to add to our diet. Foods high in healthy, polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats, which are usually cooked with the following things: soybean, sunflower, we have olive oil, safflower, canola oil, and the margarine spreads that are made from these oils. We also have walnuts, Brazil nuts, fish, linseed,
also called flaxseed,
and chia seeds, avocado, olives, unsalted nuts such as almonds, cashews, and also peanuts.
Good. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for dropping some healthy tips on our plates. For more healthy diet tips, check out our social media pages. Thanks so much, Jeremy.
Yeah, awesome, Vish.
We hope after this episode you have learned more about high cholesterol, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how to manage and avoid its symptoms through diet, exercise, and following your doctor's advice.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sunarain.
And I'm Dr. Mike. This is a doctor's journal where we help you track your health.
Don't forget to check our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok pages for more tips and health content.
The Doctor's Journal was brought to you by O Snacks and Medical Associates Hospital.